Right, what's up, worldwide family? Welcome back. Day off edition. Yes, indeed. I got off yesterday. We concluded the inventory at work, which is awesome that is finally gone and away for another year. I don't know if any of y'all, I'm sure that there are some that have been in retail and know how much work goes into that. Matter of fact, I didn't make a video yesterday, and that's because on inventory day, one of the most important days of the year, as far as my business, my job, my regular daytime job goes, one of the most important days, I overslept. Yeah. After all the talks about being late, possibly getting in trouble, I oversleep. So for those that are, normally I am punctual. Here lately I'm falling apart as far as that goes. I'm not doing well. It started around Christmas when I was just getting completely overloaded with packages. And although I do plan on making adjustments this year, that started a habit or a pattern that is carried over into this year. I had started a New Year's resolution saying that I wasn't going to be late anymore, and that worked until about mid-February, and then I boom, just like within 1 week, 3 late. So I did get one of them excused, but then I was almost an hour late on inventory day. And I went to a different manager than the one that excused me last time. And they all know, they all know where the score. So although I am kind of playing this one and that one, I hit one up and I told them, my job is important. I'm not talking 10 minutes late. This oversleeping thing hadn't happened, but once every 3 or 4 years. Could you, would you, maybe even for some extra credit later, doing something that I wouldn't normally be asked to do, can I owe you a favor? And you excuse it. He said, sure. So, I'm sure one day, for those, I think it's Goodfellas, for those that are old enough to see that movie, one day it's going to come to me with an offer I can't refuse. So I'll be prepared for that one. It's going to be a work late or come in on your day off or something. But long story short, my record is still in the acceptable spot. So I was falling asleep on the way home last night. I hit the rumble strips many times on the last 4 or 5 miles home. It was almost to the point of scary getting home after inventory. I was just exhausted. I came in and went to sleep. I woke up about midnight, and at any rate, I woke up about midnight. I got my orders together, which it was a nice amount. Like right at 9 orders going out. One of them was big, and I don't mean big in box, but it was a computer. So brand new, in the box, sealed. I'd had it for about maybe 3 weeks, and it was just a baseline economy computer that you almost need a external hard drive to do anything with. It's not a gaming computer or anything else, but if it's something if your need is to read emails and surf the internet, it'll do that in a timely manner. It's maybe a step above, or at least even with the phones nowadays. It was kind of an outdated. That's why I got it. It was clearance, but I bought it at $100 and sold it at $230. So that netted me about, I think net's the right word, $80 profit, something like that. So not horrible there after fees and shipping and all that. So not too bad for sticking a box in a bag. Originally, it had been shipped to the original store, just in the box that it was in. But rather than just do that because of porch pirates, yeah, I think that's the right word. I security wrapped it. I put it in a black poly bag, trash bag that I've melted down, seamed down to fit for it. So that went out yesterday. Quite a few units of assorted things went out, and I just opened this drink, but I want some. I think I am gonna get a coffee. This is my coffee spot. Yeah, I'm gonna get one. At any rate, so and quite a few little ones. I've been getting. Now one of them was decent, 15 into 60. You can't beat that. But a lot of 75 cents to $2 items, selling for 10 to 15 bucks, which those add up. Let's see, anything major, some pants, some shirts, and then, like I say, a lot of little smalls. But I'll be right back. All right. So yeah, I got some sleep yesterday. When I got home, woke up, did the packages. So I took another nap, man, with my dad. Hit me up. So I've had about 10 hours the last 24 that normally I'm not. Normally I'm about half that. So that is better. And was able to get some things listed before I had to go back to sleep this morning. So I'm happy about that. Not a lot of money, unfortunately. And I've toyed with different ways, and I have done a couple just quick listings, but still listing across the multiple platforms individually is running way too much time to do it fast. So I've either got to pick one to get the majority of them up, or I just got to deal with it. And as slow as business is, although it'd be nice to get lots of things up, eBay is struggling right now as far as sales. Everywhere you hear it, for the most part, people are down, abnormally, down. Now, I've been fortunate across multiple platforms to have a winning combination with a limited amount of products. So I think ultimately I'm doing the right thing, even though it does take a little bit more time. Now, I thought about listing on one platform, pulling all the pictures and just hitting that one and coming back. But then I've got to circle back to the pictures when I'm doing one listing across all platforms. The pictures are right at the front of the memory bank, so to speak. So plus the descriptions are copy and paste. They're in the clipboard. So it's boom, 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 boom across the different windows. Let's move, guys. Flashing red means stop sign. Come on. People forgot how to act. Are y'all not going? All right. Well, snooze, you lose. People don't know how to work a four-way flash. So maybe it was only two-way flashing. Maybe that was the point of confusion. Nevertheless. Where was I? So I guess it's just I just put my head down and keep listening. Now eventually I'll get through some of the small stuff. I know the small stuff I picked up when there was nothing else available. In hindsight, maybe that's not necessarily the smartest move moving forward. Until I get caught up on things. Like there needs to be a threshold. Either I don't mind making $1 or $2 on an item if there's 20 or 30 or 40 items of the same kind, one listing, but I have been picking up a lot of things that it's 3 and 4 of one that I make $3 or $4 on. So if I'm in it too many minutes, then my hourly just goes to junk. You know, it's nice filler when I don't have anything else. But maybe I need to make a pile of junk, kind of like the back seats become, but I mean like sorted pile of junk instead of this sorted pile of junk. 2 words. Sorted. I cracked myself up. All right, so good news is I can almost see my floorboard at the moment down here. Like this whole seat minus the empty tote that was full with packages just moments ago. Short of that, the front is empty. The back I actually have view out of, so that is decent. Another tote left out today. Worth of stuff into the house, another tote left out of the house. Business is moving. It wasn't great money, but I was into the triple digits for the day. And if I can do that every day of the year, then that's, close to $50,000 a year if I'm doing more than just $100. So. And there's some days, guys, around Christmas that you're 10x in that, and I think even better this year, I really do. It's got to be. The numbers you put the numbers into the top, they come out the bottom. That's the way that works. So, and I'll tell you what, from July, it started picking up last year. So for those of y'all that are struggling with this, that got spoiled with the COVID sales, the uptick is coming. It absolutely is. But keep building your store, keep listing. You will start reaping the benefits of it. I still carry a full-time job that's needed for me to grow the business. I don't use any of the profit. Well, actually, I've started rolling the pennies off of transactions back into my account. So I make a few dollars a day now. Figure that. Yeah, so I'm no longer working for air, I'm working for peanuts. No, but that's just to make the numbers easier, in all honesty. So, yeah, it's just to make the numbers easier. I watched the deal yesterday, talking about some of the big ones. What is it, Steve Jobs and not sure if it was Zuckerberg, but yeah, at any rate, they wear the same thing every day. That way they don't have to think about that part of their day. What do I wear, and blah, 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 and does it match, and how does this look, and everything else. They found a look that they like, and so they multiply it across the week. Now, personally, I'm not suggesting that or endorsing it, but it is eye-opening at how even geniuses look to eliminate mundane tasks, such as the few seconds or minutes that it takes to figure out what am I wearing today. Now, in all honesty, for me, I'm pretty simple with that. I go in order, for the most part, 99% of the time, I wash, I stack it back, and I take the one that's been washed the longest when it's time to put my stuff on. That way it rotates. I don't have to think about it. It's just the next one. So, I don't know. It kind of struck me as odd that such a simple task, they actually took time to eliminate it once and for all, Did have a issue with the impulse sealer, which apparently quite possibly is just part of it, but I was experimenting and accidentally tried to seal over two plastics, but a piece of cardboard in the center, and I burnt part of the strip up right at the edge, which I hear is the most common place to burn the Teflon strip. The Teflon is next to free, and it's still functioning the way it is, but by getting it too hot in that one spot, I accidentally put a burn mark on it where it's kind of smoking right there. All of that stuff is virtually free. You know, I get like 3 heating elements and enough Teflon for like $20 or $30. You know, which is probably, in all honesty, about a year's worth of maintenance. Now, me being cheap, I did look, and there are a couple different ways that I can get even further results as far as the Teflon goes. There's, rather than buying the strips, there's actual sheets, which although it would take a little bit longer to cut a strip, there you get more square footage, so to speak. But who knows, maybe the time in handling it, it's cheaper just to buy the 30-foot rolls for like $10, you know. It's not bad. Now, it would actually be more beneficial for people with smaller bags. But yeah, I pulled something out of the freezer. I pulled burritos out of the freezer, you know, and I took a few out to eat, right? Then I was looking at the bag and I was like, huh. So I ran over to the impulse sealer and tried to seal it back up, and about 3/4 of it sealed, and then it stopped sealing. I couldn't figure out what it was, but a piece of cardboard was in the way, you know, that little flimsy, for those that get those freezer burritos, little cardboard liner that, I don't know, shape holder or whatnot. So live and learn. These are mistakes that I won't have to make again. And I didn't make them under the wire, you know, or at the wire, or however you say that, you know. Not when it counted did I make the mistake. I made it when time didn't count, when it wasn't necessary, so I could learn these things. And I do have extra Teflon and extra heating elements as it goes, but I do know I was able to research how, where, and when to buy them yesterday, so happy about that. I did look at custom tape as well, and the only way that becomes feasible financially without it costing double as much, which is still probably worthwhile. You know, in all honesty, tapes use a few cents. So whether you use a few cents or 5 cents on a package, or 6 cents, whatever, you know, it probably doesn't make neither here nor there on the packages. However, I cannot personally see, regardless of the per piece count, I cannot see spending double the amount for brand recognition, right? To have my brand across the boxes. I can't see spending double that of what clear tape or eBay tape cost. But I did get to looking, and I can through a wholesale, very similar to what eBay goes through to get their tape, or Amazon goes through. If I were to buy 100 cases, 36 rolls, so we're talking 3,600 rolls of tape, it would become, within a few pennies, the same as I could buy in the store. Not in the store. The cheapest, the stuff that I use. Let's put it that way. So, right now, I go through about a case a quarter. So So 4 cases a year, give or take. Factor in business is speeding up, but just at the baseline, let's call it 4 cases, and actually that may be a little more than what I had been going through, but about where I'm at now. So 4 cases a year, 100 cases. In order to make it cost effective at this given point, it would be 25 years worth of tape. Now here's where that math gets tricky, because that's true. It may very well be 25 years of tape, and obviously I don't believe it would stay good that long, but if it did, and I need to call and see what the shelf life is. But here's the deal with all of that math, that it becomes cost effective to do it at 100 rolls. By buying in and securing 100 rolls, 100 cases, by securing 100 cases, I do, not that I want to store that, and that's another factor, but let's just start on the inflation side. In order for it to be cost effective at this point, I would have to buy that much. But next year, tape will cost more. And the next year, tape will cost more. And the next year, you see where I'm going? Like the tape will cost even more. So by locking in a rate at the moment, I'm actually saving significantly over time, because let's face it, the next 5 years, tape will double. So, yeah. I see your money better too, right? It's true. So anyway, and with the expect of advancement, it's worthwhile. I need to see how much space that takes up. Because like I say, at current rate, I'm using a case per quarter. That would be 25 years. But if by next year I'm using 2 cases per quarter, then all of a sudden that's 12 years, right? Or 3 cases per quarter, and now I'm down to 8 years. So within, possibly a year or two, I might only have a 5-year supply. That's a funny thing. Anyways, I'm sure I have probably lost all of y'all by now. But long story short, 36 cases, 100 cases and 36 rolls is roughly $5,000. I'm not spending $5,000 on tape at the moment, so I'll have to wait until another day. Other than that, guys, I know I've lost y'all by now. There's no reason to continue talking. So y'all have a wonderful day. If you made it this far, you might be a little crazy like I am. So y'all have a wonderful day, and thank you. Please consider subscribing. I did grab a new subscriber. I may have lost one after this video. But I appreciate the views. So thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.